Hey, Coon Prairie Ramblers, we took a little break there down around Mississippi, and
It was a fast trip.
Why are you stuck on this Mississippi today?
I don't know. Anyway, we're back.
Can you spell Mississippi?
Mississippi. Can you spell Massachusetts?
No, let's do the show.
I can't either. It took
No
me.
use for that spelling, that state, or its inhabitants, especially its football team.
Oh, New England? Is it New England? New England?
No, there's somebody else.
Football team in Massachusetts?
Ain't that where they're at?
They started out
Boston.
there.
It used to be the Boston Patriots,
Yeah.
remember? Then they changed the name to the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Boston.
It's time for, once again, everybody, for the...
F-bomb. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hang
Let's
on.
do it.
There it was.
I have to wait a few minutes before I start my part of the sound effect because my breath won't hold out as long as.
I'm just full of more hot air.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so what's the F-bomb for this day?
If you were to win
Oh, I love it.
the lottery,
Oh, yeah.
not tonight because there's no lottery tonight, Wednesday night, and you could devote your life to any worthwhile project, cause, or hobby, or profession, what would you do?
What would you do?
Well, I tell you what. There are, well, for one thing, I'd have a hard time deciding what I was going to do first. Probably want to take a cruise. But you said a worthwhile project or hobby or something for somebody else, right?
Yeah, we're
What-
thinking about doing for others,
For others.
not for yourself.
Yeah. You know, there are so many things out there wanting your attention. Cure for breast cancer, cure for, or homeless doggies, crying on the TV set, with their one eye out, and kitty cats and all that stuff. But my thing would be, I just forgot what it was.
Alzheimer's.
Research for Alzheimer's. No, my thing is I've always wanted to, I've been a Christian since my mid-20s, and I've always wanted to, I love it when missionaries come to church, they're on furlough, and they come back and they tell you what's going on in the country that they're at, and I've always wanted to be able to help them, because I thought, what better thing could you do than the salvation of a soul, and I know puppies, in the puppy mills, they need to be released and all that, they have their problems, but the helping missionaries, but what I always wanted to do was be able to physically go there and help, and a lot of people do that, but I always wanted to do it, be able to meet their needs, and I get a lot of missionary on email. I get a lot of missionary, I communicate with a lot. I can't help them much because I don't have any money, man, but I write to them and I talk to them and things like that.
You could go with them on the trips.
I would like to
Take
do
your
that.
credit card.
Yeah.
If he was a bazillionaire.
Yeah, like our friend Asina recently she packed and went down there, and instead of wearing the story, she packed her 2 suitcases full of all the stuff they needed, Bibles and all the other stuff they needed, and then she wore extra layers of clothing. As far as her clothing went, she wore several layers, and that way she could take stuff with her when she went to Guatemala.
Guatemala.
Yeah. So I would love to do that sort of thing. And I know there's a lot of other things that need your attention, but you can't. You can't do it all.
No, you got to focus in one area, or you get spread too thin.
And that's the thing that's always pricked my heart. And remember when Sally Struthers would be on TV and she'd be
Help the children.
feed
the children.
Feed the children.
Yeah.
And that always kind of got to me too.
That was a conflict of visuals. They're starving children, and her looked like she'd already ate about a dozen
Sally.
of them.
Yeah.
Fat Sally Struthers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I admire her passion for that. But
Yeah. But I always was leery of anything on TV like that because, the hierarchy and where's the money actually go. And, if I had the money, I would make sure I knew that it was getting to where it was going. And then the only way you can do that is, hey, go find out where it's
Go
going.
with it.
I always wondered when I was a kid, how did it help the starving children in China for me to eat on my supper?
All your supper on your plate.
Yeah.
I always wondered.
Yeah. Eat that.
How does
eat
that-
that gristle off of your plate. Cause
We fell for it.
I did.
Yeah.
And I don't know how
I
many
think
kids I actually saved
I
by
actually
doing it.
asked my mom that, and I can't remember what the reply was. It
After
wasn't
you
good.
got up off the ground.
Yeah, after I got off the
That's
ground.
right.
Well, how about you?
I don't know. I think I would do something with music. I would probably buy some property and buy a very large building, have an auditorium area in it. I would have like a number of classrooms in it, and also, of course, a kitchen area with coffee and stuff. But you would hire people to be able to train kids and young people free of charge about how to play instruments. Have a piano room, a guitar room, a horns room, a percussion room,
Yeah.
and let them all work with them. And at their whatever schedules they want to come up with, the kids could come get a free musical education, how to read music, music theory, and music appreciation, stuff like that. And then I think that would enrich the community.
I think that's a
in
very
some
good
way.
idea.
It is good.
Singing too. You
Yeah.
also have like voice instructors or whatever, because you can teach people how to get into music. You've enriched their life for the rest of their life.
And have
Right.
instruments for kids to use that would not otherwise be able to
That's exactly right.
use an instrument.
That's exactly right.
I have always wanted to play the piano. I wish I could have played it. I wish I could have had lessons, but I was never able to. So to give somebody an opportunity to, here's a piano, you get, and here's the lessons.
That's a gift that keeps giving.
Yeah,
They're going to use it in their lives and maybe pass it on to their kids.
yeah. Because
That would be great.
That'd be me. How about you, Casey?
I would want to be the patron saint of lost causes.
Lost cause. Well, that's a big umbrella.
It is. Well, I'd be doing it on a small scale. Mm-hmm. And wherever I was at the time, like here, and I read about somebody that something tragically happened to, and this not necessarily grand, but it's just a small thing, and they can't get the help they needed, that I would anonymously
Oh, wow.
help that person.
Yeah, you don't want to be known because
No.
then you got everybody's brother
Then you're
chasing
not
you down.
the lost cause man anymore. You're the cause
You got
man.
to figure out a way to do it anonymously.
But I would, I saw this thing on TV the other day where these kids from Immokalee that were from somewhat of an impoverished background they were invited to go to Trump's inauguration to play
Right.
at high school, not Palm Ridge, Pine Ridge, and I think it's most of the kids are from Immokalee. They need to raise $160,000 or $100,000 to go. They had bake sales. They had all kind of little things. They had a GoFundMe, and they only raised like $16,000 to $20,000 out of the 20. And finally, it went viral on a national level,
Right.
and then it came in.
No kidding.
But I would have loved to have been in a position where I could have just said, "Hey, I'll match
Yeah.
what you need, raise what you get, and then when it comes to the time, I will."
But you got to let them know you're going to do it, but not who you
No,
are. So what
but-
you do, if you're that rich, you hire somebody, and they're your
Emissary.
emissary, and they deliver the deliverer of the check or whatever,
the millionaire,
and you pay them. They're on your salary, so they never reveal who you are.
Right, exactly.
the old
And they
50s.
I could hear
Yeah.
about. I remember some years back, sort of going on what you said. Somebody had some girl or something had a tuba stolen or something, some instrument, and she was heartbroken because she couldn't get another one.
Oh, you're talking about
And so
much money.
I would have been the person that would have stepped in and
People would have showed up on her doorstep.
yeah,
That's right.
no questions asked, just here, you got it, make the best of it.
That would be enriching in its own way.
But little things like that, just where people needed help, or even on a smaller scale, I hear about a single mother that is struggling and she's doing the very best she can. Her car broke down and she can't afford to get it fixed, and she got to have it to take her kids to school. She got to have it to go
That's
to
right.
work. Boom, either get her another car or get her car fixed. But what I'd probably do is get her car fixed, because that way I help somebody that repairs cars have more work.
There you go.
And so, you try to
That spreads it out further.
Right, exactly. But I'd look around for things like that, and I'd have people that did know, like maybe y'all or some other people, that I was able to help. And hey, call me on the phone, send me an email message.
I bet you'd have a lot of emails.
No, I wouldn't be.
Be top secret.
I wouldn't be
Only one
open to
person would
everybody.
know.
Just very few people would know.
One person or two people, but
One person that did the bidding, and more that maybe would kind of clue you in that something's going on that maybe you could help on.
I would look around the community and see what needs doing.
Exactly.
And do that anonymously with no strings attached.
Right, exactly.
My name would not be on the rodeo arena. My name would not be on the splash pad.
Right.
That kind of deal. There's no strings.
Something needs to be done. But I think it'd be better if you could kind of step in and fill the gap. You know what I mean?
Because otherwise it could never happen, more than likely.
Fill the gaps.
Yeah.
I think that would be a worthwhile cause.
And everybody would be running around trying to figure out who it was. Who the secret millionaire
It'd be
is.
nice to go out at Christmas time and sit around Walmart, and you'd see some family that needed help, and boom. I remember one year we were at Walmart, and there was a family in front of us checking out, and they ran through a debit card or credit card and declined about 2 or 3 of them. And I thought to myself, I would love to have been able to say, hey, let's go
I got this. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and go. I got it. I'll take care of this for you. Because it wasn't elaborate.
No.
I could tell that this was people just trying to get what they needed to get by.
Meager. Your heart goes out to them kind
Hopefully
of people.
you got won a big lottery.
Yep.
You're the guy that goes by the Salvation Army and drops a $100,000 bill in there or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's very benevolent of y'all.
Well,
Be a good
I
thing.
think y'all had good thoughts and ideas.
All we got to do is hit the lottery.
Let's do it.
Make it happen.
Let's get down to
But we're going to be working on it. In the meantime,
your
y'all.
mouth to God's ear.
That's right. It's time to move on out of here. So if we hit the lottery, you won't be hearing from us, but some money may be appearing in your mailbox soon. What is our frequency, Kenneth?
It is 1480 AM on your radio dial. WFLN Arcadia News and Information Station.